Right, so this is the manyth time I am doing this recording. So, Tom Flood doing my Game of Thrones database project. Let's start up. So, at the beginning, we get a message box as part of my validation to check if the user wants to continue. So, Series 7 spoilers ahead, be warned, continue. So, you then get the option yes, continue, no, stop. So, yes, of course, we want to continue. So, yep, that works. Good choice. And then we're actually in to the main form. Got Game of Thrones. So, I have a list view here displaying the house ID, house names, and house words for all houses in the show. There is a question mark for each house in the house words if we currently don't know the house words or it hasn't been revealed yet or they don't have any. So, Stark, you've probably heard winter is coming, but then there are many more for all houses. We could then go, apologies if I cough, I am not very well. So here, combo box, we can select any house from the whole of the show again, and let's say, let's pick a new one, Bolton. We then get another validation check, so are we happy with this choice? So let's say for example, no, we're not happy with that one. We then have the ability to change. We can then change to one that, let's say, most people have heard of House Stark. Let's go to House Stark. So, yes. So once you select that, we can then click Go to House. And that opens up a new form, which works well. We then get the data transferred. You can tell because it's got Stark here. And we have the words displayed, the region they're in, the main house of this region, and is this current? Yes, it's true. So this part here is all currently true. And then my main aim for my database was to give some information on events and a lot about the allegiances. So who are allies with who, why, and does this work? And when I say does this work, I mean, let's for example choose, so we have any house here, House Mormont. They are allies with House Stark because they are located in the same region. Well, an example is England and France in World War II is a similar region, so we were allies. Not just that. So we can then close that and go to House Mormont. House name select yes, we would like that one. And go to House. When we then go to House Mormont, you can see everything is transferred from the database connected, from the access database. So we get all the unique stuff here for House Mormont, and then who are they allies with? House Stark. And the reason for this, they are located in the same region. Now, on the current system, if you went to House Stark, for example, and had a look at who they were allies with, you would get, for example, it would say House Mormont. But then if you went to House Mormont's Game of Thrones wiki page, it might not necessarily say they're allies with House Stark. But how is that possible? How can one house be allies with another, but not the other way around? It doesn't make sense. And that was confusing for me looking through. I was like, right? So having this work well doesn't mean the user has to be lucky selecting this house, which will actually be allies with the others. They could pick anyone and it will give exactly who they are allies with, and it will be correct. And I've tested this and I'm showing examples here. I've given the reasons it's located in the same region. That can also aid the user to understand and just enjoy a bit more learning about the show. This isn't exactly provided in the current system, or if it is for sort of main allegiances, so sort of the main bigger houses, it's not specified saying this is the reason here. You have to sort of read through paragraphs and it might imply it. And then we also have a chart here displaying the deaths per series, so 1 up to 7. I find this, well, I like doing this actually, because I think the user will enjoy seeing this and I think, whoa, is that like 50 deaths in Series 6? So they'll be like, right, let's watch Series 6 again. Didn't realise how amazing it was. But, as I said, it's about, from here you can't actually tell what the exact number is. So maybe an improvement would be to put here on the side the actual values. Just like another improvement here, if I've got a question mark, I can have a key at the top saying question mark equals unknown currently. And this applies to my criteria of events and allegiances, information for the user. I have another button here that should work. Go to bastards. Yep, it works. And it gives us information on different characters. So we can then pick any character that we like. So Donnell. Here's from the Westerlands. We can look at that. Westerlands. So if he's from the Westerlands, then his name will be Hill. So Donnell Hill. Who is he? He is a member of the Night's Watch, killed during the Battle of Castle Black by a giant. Ooh. And is this true? Yes, it is. Wait, sorry, no, it is true. And is he alive, folks? Well, as I said, he was killed by a giant. But there are other things here. Are they alive? It's mainly false because it's Game of Thrones and a lot of people seem to die. But I thought this was interesting, as a lot of characters in the show are actually bastards. So if users want to know a bit more about them, they can actually have a look here. They'll be like, oh, that's the reason why they are a bastard. So the reason they're a bastard is because they were born out of marriage, but they can actually see like who they are. I mean, next we can go to series. Go to series. We can select any series we want from this combo box. So as I said earlier, Series 6. There's a lot of deaths, so let's go select Series 6 and go to Series. We then get Series 6 displayed with the number of episodes and the release date. This is a chart displaying the number of deaths per episode. Maybe this is where I could actually put so and so deaths per series, or per this series. And this is better with the fact it has 4. It only goes up in 2s instead of 20s. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This list view then displays all the events from this series, and it's just proven there by Series 6 along there. So we don't need that because it's a way of proving it. And if the user doesn't they forget what series they're on, bam, a little check. So then let's say, for example, Hodor dies. That was a sad one. And then here in this combo box, it provides all major events from the whole 7 series so far. One thing that was pointed out to me with my testing was the fact that all events combo box is actually only found in each series. So you can go to any series, for example, random 1, 2, go to series, it's then there again with all the events. So maybe I should put this combo box on the main form here, and then it'll be easier for the user to actually find it. So let's select an event. Hodor dies, that was a third one. Let's go to that. So that, yeah, the button works. Then go on to here. Hodor dies. That's the event. So we can check using the button who is involved. So Hodor, yeah, Bran Stark and Meera Reed. This gives you the main characters that were involved in this. You can then also check the series. And it's Series 6 as it was displayed initially in the Series 6 form. Okay. There's also what type of event of it. So when I say type of event, I mean, so what sort of thing happened? So was it a battle, or was it a wedding, for example? So that pattern works as a death. So, for example, a natural or execution. So this works well. We can then check, for example, we already knew that was Series 6. Any event, so Jon Snow. There's allegiance, 7 warriors. Okay, so, yep, this works. Who's involved? It's going to be Jon Snow and the people we've assembled an allegiance with. What series was this? This was Series 7. And the type of event, as I said, yeah, it was a sort of allegiance formed between characters. Something I could improve here. Although this is all in chronological order, it's hard to find. If I'm looking for something specifically with Jon Snow, but I don't know the series, I'd like to type maybe Jon. It gives me Jon Snow is murdered, Jon Snow is resurrected. But what about Jon Snow assembles 7 warriors here? So it would be good to be able to use that, so like a quick search. So type in the first letter J and it gives all the ones that start with a J. That could be an improvement. Well, it would be an improvement. So let's close that. Here we can then search for a type of event. So it says search for a type of event with no spaces. So let's, for example, what was I saying earlier? Battles. Not a valid event type, try death, for example. Yes, I spelled battles wrong. 2 S's. Well, only has 1. So, and there it's given me an example of what I could put, and it's saying it's not a valid attempt. So let's try, let's try what it says. Deaths. You can try deaths or death, either work. So you see, I'll just prove it. Death, it works. Event type, deaths. So it then transfers your chosen event type to this form, and then displays all the events which are this quote type. So there we go. Hodor is killed by wives. So provides a little bit extra brief information, so who he's killed by, and then we could see, for example, if we say a lot of people like battles, so you can actually check battles. Or battle, get all the events of a battle. So there's quite a few. So Battle of Castle Black, the Battle of Hardhome, it's in the name. But then Game of Thrones would say there's a lot of shocks in here. So let's type in we want a shock event. So event type shock, and yeah, there's a lot of shock events. So Cersei reveals to Jaime she's pregnant with his baby. So you can move this along. But I've decided it's okay where it is. I don't want to make the forms too big because, like for example, it's like that, it's going to just look empty. And I feel the way it is works well. It's easy to see and you can have multiple open at the same time. So we can then have a look at battles. Let's see. Okay, so what do I like? I like battles and shock events. So now I'm going to go through my objectives. So I said I wanted to create a Windows form which will display all houses and the individual words if they have house words. So yep, this list view here and the main form displays the houses and the house words if they have them. As I said with the question mark, they do not. Then said users will be able to select any house, and additional buttons will then be able to show, etc. So yes, let's pick my favourite. Martell. Yes. And go to house. So do we get the region? Yes. do we get the family? Well, the family are the Martell, but I haven't put in all the characters of House Martell, especially because with the Bastards and with the show, you don't know. In some series, it's like, oh, are they actually part of that house or are they not? Is it just sort of a myth in the show? So like these characters think that they're actually related, but in actual fact they're not. It's hard to sort of decide how do I put that. And plus, I feel it would just be a list of names and then alive or not. But then, somewhere I can improve is have that, and then I can have the character name, if they're alive or not, a brief sort of sentence on what they are, so are they a member of the Night's Watch, or are they a knight, or a bard, for example. Then I can have a link, or sort of an ID, to what main events they're in, if so. Deceased or not. Well, that would work with the family, but also the current here. Some houses that are deceased, or this is not true, it will say false. So it will let you know there. Allegiances, yep, that is displayed here. The common enemies is the reason. So the reasons work. And as I said, it works both ways. Next I said information will be available for each house, specifying if a family member is dead, and if so, how it came to be. I think I may cut this one out because I'm not happy with wanting that, because if I think back to it now, that wasn't my main criteria. But again, that links with the family idea of if they are dead, maybe I can say how they are dead or why they are dead, if so, and is this linked to a major event. Said there will be a warning on the main page to prevent any people from using it if they aren't currently up to date with the show. So as I said, and as I showed when it opened, said Series 7 spoilers, do you want to continue? Accept yes or no. So if you click no, it will close. Click yes. So you see it opens up the main form. I wanted to show different main events, e.g. showing the number of main character deaths each series. So we have that here, and you can see that in each series. So let's say 3. Oh, well, in this one, not many deaths, as you probably be able to see here. Oh, in the form, there aren't actually many for Series 3 compared to the others, and there are only 2 major events. So that works. I then wanted to provide a list for all events, which include for each the series that happened and the characters who are involved. So again, see here, I'd have to go back to any series, and then I'd be linked with all the main events. If I just moved this to the main form, this combo box, I feel it would work better. So again, we can go to Sons of Harpy attempt to kill Daenerys. So, yep, go here. So, the series that happened in 5, yep, and the characters who are involved: Daenerys, and Barristan, and Selmy. You can then also see what type of event. So, it was a siege. So, yep, they invaded. So, siege is similar to a battle, but I found it difficult to quantify what was a battle and then what's a siege, and if there's a difference. And then when I put battle, does that imply there are deaths? So then is just a normal execution, would that be in the same event type as a major battle with hundreds of deaths? So I've tried to separate them. So that's why they may seem unusual with someone being killed as not many deaths. When I go here, type in deaths, there are actually a lot of deaths in Game of Thrones, but these are just simple, sort of a natural or an execution, for example. There should be multiple validation checks to see if the user is happy with their input. Well, yeah, we have that here. So, Targaryen, yes or no? No. So change your house. So then we can go back to So right at the bottom, sell me, and go to house. So words unknown, region, etc. You can see here it's false. So yep, all the characters of Terrace, sell me are dead, and this is not true. So it does. So there is a way of displaying that. As well as that, when you select a series, for example, you select 5, you then have to actually physically press series, go to series button. So if you're actually unsure, you can go back. It doesn't do it automatically. And type of event, you have to physically press enter. So if you type in deaths, and you go actually, no, it doesn't just do it as soon as you type in deaths. Users should be able to input type of event and see which main events are these. So a type, e.g. battles, would give all the main events during battle. So yep, I did that earlier. So battle, all the battles are here. There will be a way of changing chosen house, which has been selected, without going back to the previous page. So if we go back to, let's stay with this one. Yep. Go to house. Is there a way of then changing the house from here? No, there is not. However, would that be advantageous? Because then the user might just end up having lots of different forms, and they might get in the way, and they might be like, oh wait, which one have I selected? There will then also be no validation check. So I feel it works well because the user can say, yep, I've seen them, close. But then you can also have sell me, and select another random wood, black wood, and go to house, and you can have them open at multiple times. This links me to my next one. So for example, it says here users will be able to select 2 houses and see how they are related. I haven't physically made it possible for 2 selections, like house 1, select house 2 in 2 combo boxes, for example, and then see the relationships. I feel that would be a good idea. I feel it would work well, improve my program, and work to the criteria I've specified, so helping the user see allegiances, etc. But as I said at the beginning, if we go to Stark, yes, go to House, and then get Mormont, yes, House, you can then put them side by side, say Mormont, are they there? Yep, they're located in the same region. So, the last ones, there should be an option on the first page to select a certain series to only see information up to that season to prevent spoilers. Although that may help people, so it's a good idea, if they only selected series 1, for example, all the events that would be that. There would just be one chart bar here, and not many houses here, and not many houses here, and very few events. So I don't feel it would actually benefit. And the warning about the fact it's up to series 7, as I said, that was at the beginning. So close, open this up, start again. Just get that, get up again. So if I say no, for example, it will close. And it can close my video. So thank you for watching. Continue? No. Need to catch up then. Definitely.